Shouts out to the whole entire Lions Den basketball and boxing community. Let's go ahead and get right into this, man. I'm not even gonna waste no time. Um, I'm sick of Daryl Morey, man. I'm sick of him. I'm ready for him to go. He should no longer be the president of the Sixers organization as of today. Everybody, listen. I often get on Joel Embiid, okay, and rightfully so. He's not making things any better. But Daryl Morey needs to be gone, man. Um, he is the he's actually the mold in this situation. He's the mole in this situation. And the reason is because he's let a lot of terrible decisions happen. Okay? First and foremost, we did not get better, we got worse. What's up, Ted? And listen, like I told you, Ted, this was not gonna work out. Y'all sat up here and y'all told me that Paul George was gonna make a difference. He was gonna do this and he was gonna do that. He could still carry a team, all this other stuff. And I told you no, it wasn't gonna work. Then everybody tried to plead with me, trying to plead their case, telling me how good of a superstar Joel Embiid is and all this other stuff. He's not shit. He's straight boo boo. I can appreciate at least Steph Curry going out there and at least trying and him saying that we don't need no help. Joel Embiid, man, is letting all these guys out there struggle and making us look bad, man. But I don't blame fully on Joel. I don't blame this fully on Joel Embiid. I blame Daryl Morey. Y'all gave him an extension, knowing damn well that this guy can't stay healthy. You injury riddled Paul George. Okay, you signed him to pretty much. You gave a lot of our money away, and now we're shit out of luck. We can't really make any moves like that. I want to keep Oubre. Okay, they're talking about getting rid of Gershon because Gershon, Yabali, I can't pronounce the first name. I just call him Gershon from France. He's 29 years old. I still want to keep him though. You sign all these old ass dudes on the team that can't stay healthy. I don't mind you even being old. It's the fact that you can't stay healthy because Tobias Harris went over there to Detroit and now he's happy. It seems like everybody is happier since they left. Daryl Morey don't know what the hell he's doing, man, at all. Well, no, Embiid is hurt, man. He's ducking everybody pretty much. He's ducking everybody. But that's not even the point. I'm not even really cooking Joel Embiid, really. We know that, I mean, that's obvious. We know that he's the obvious problem. But Daryl Morey, we have an even bigger talking about the front office. We talking about the head dude. You got into it with James Harden. You see that, James Harden did not want to be there, right? He publicly blasted you because of I don't like his work habits. I don't like the fact that he's lazy and stuff like that. But the one thing that I'm not gonna place the blame on James Harden in this situation though is that he didn't go out there and he didn't at least try. You know what I'm saying? Like he did try. We'll give him that. He played like shit in the previous the playoffs before last. But he's not making no silly ass excuses coming into the season. Daryl Morey should have just if you really felt this way, about a guy like James Harden. Where's the vitriol for Joel Embiid, who he signed this money, he got his money, he's stealing his money and everything. You're making the franchise. We are now 15-27 now. We got blown out by the Nuggets last night. 144 to 109. Man, just disgusting. Even though Maxey had 28 and 10, it doesn't make a difference. That's why I said we got to start building around Maxey. We've got all these players. Like, we don't even have an identity right now. We got an identity crisis. That's what's going on. Cypress, what's going on, man? Yeah, Jing is happy with the kid. You said Morrey should shut MB down. Yeah, we've been saying that the whole time. We've been saying that the whole time. I do want to get Eric Snow. I would like to have Eric Snow somewhere. I think he's more onto the Cavs a little bit, but I would like to have Eric Snow in the front office. Hell, I know y'all gonna trip out on some shit that I'm about to say right now. Some of the guys that played in that NBA Finals, in the 2001 Finals, I would like to have in the front office. You didn't want AI in there. You kind of stumbled at the fact that of having him as an advisor. You were kind of skeptical, but he made it to the finals. He made it to the finals. Hell, Matt Geiger. I know y'all laugh. Y'all might laugh when I say that. Shit, Matt Geiger. I'd like to have Aaron McKee up in that bitch. Get some people in there with a winner's mentality. I mean, you had Elton Brand, but look at what the hell. Look at what I mean. This organization, man, is crumbling. We talk all this shit about Golden State Warriors, okay? And I'm gonna get on Steve Kerr's. I'm gonna get on his ass in a minute. Pause. Yeah, Todd McCullough. Yeah, Kevin Ollie. Kevin Ollie is a champion. We got to get some guys in there, man, with a winning mentality. Daryl Morrey has a loser's mentality. We have picked that up. Tyrese Maxey don't have no loser's mentality. Tyrese Maxey came from not necessarily in college, but in high school. Tyrese Maxey was a winner. He was one of the top players in Texas. The number one player in the city at one point. Then to go to Kentucky, where they did somewhat decent or whatnot, and then now him coming to this. Tyrese Maxey is used to being in the playoffs, fighting for his playoff life. He's used to being in the second round. Tyrese Maxey, his mentality is, okay, we got to the second round. Now let's go ahead and let's try to get to at least a conference finals, and then after that, then we could get to the finals. Joel Embiid wants to stay the same. Daryl Morey, he wants to stay the same. I'm not gonna get on Paul George. Paul George, you know what? Really, honestly, Paul George is the least of my worries right now, because I don't think Paul George really knew what type of situation he was walking into. But he sat up there and he was saying all this stuff, talking about, I would love to play with him and stuff like that. Pause. That shit, that's bullshit. It looked good. It looked good, but it just don't make no sense. And then once you get on the court, Joel Embiid is nowhere to be found. He's nowhere to be found, man. We have no, we don't have no type of identity whatsoever. No identity. We were supposed to be at a conference final right now. Daryl Morrey was supposed to make some move. Uh, you you don't want to sit up there and you don't want to stand up to Joel Embiid. I think that's the problem. I think he's scared of Joel Embiid, man. Like it's like you acting like you scared of Joel Embiid, like he frightened you, like he bullied him into getting him an extension or something. Talking about you did so much for this organization. If we're gonna give some of these people the smoke, like that have been with a franchise for quite some time and have not brought nothing to the table, we got to start pointing the finger in Joel Embiid's direction. You know, it might seem on the surface that it was Ben Simmons' fault, it was James Harden's fault, but we got to go deeper than that, Ted. Rumors of Mavs are interested in Joel. Hell, come and get him. But I guarantee you that's not until March at least. And this is another thing I want to say. They keep putting out there that Joel Embiid he's not eligible to be traded. He's not eligible to be traded until March. But the thing about that is you got to think about, like Brian Windhorst was saying, you got to think about taking on that contract, and you got to think about the liability factor. You're going to walk in, the Mavericks already got two hurt superstars. Why would they make a decision like that? Oh yeah, then you're gonna have Joel Embiid walking in, that man Jason Kidd, he'll be ready to slap Joel Embiid big ass. What's up, Stephen Green? What up? We play like it's like we just giving up, Stephen, man. It's like we're not even happy. At least with the Warriors, man. At least they still have some fight in them. You know what I'm saying? Even though that they're clearly not the same Warriors team. You know, they kind of going what they went. They're going through what similar to what they went through in 2019. You know, but at the same time, we were on the streak for a little bit. We were doing good, man. And then all of a sudden, man, we lost our edge, man. What? Listen, here's the thing that you got to understand, Stephen, man. We had gave our picks away, so we can't really. We always get these big men, right? We're always getting these big men. We're always drafting and stuff like that, man. We done went through, like, everybody talked about, oh yeah, we should just rebuild, blow the thing up and everything like that. We done did that like 3 or 4 different times. Like, you know, we done trust the process like 3 or 4 different times. If we're gonna blow it up this time, Joel Embiid has to be gone. If we're gonna blow it up, we gotta get Paul George out of there. You know, he can no longer do it no more. Surround Maxey with some people. You see what they're doing to Victor Wembanyama, man? You see what's going on in there? Like, they see that Victor Wembanyama is special. So they're going to surround him with some talent that he could grow with. Maxey, man, he's not going to be able to grow with Joel Embiid. Hell, if I'm Maxey, I'm like, I might pull a Kobe move, to be honest with you. I keep telling you that. That's why, listen, man. And it's Daryl Morey's fault. Daryl Morey wanted to come in. He got the same mentality as as Adam Silver. They got the same mentality. They all about all this analytics and, like J.J. Redick, man. That's why J.J. Redick and Anthony Davis have not been getting along. He really hadn't been getting along with some of the other players too. He hadn't been getting along with Dory Finney-Smith. I'm sorry, I just use this as an example with the Lakers. He hadn't been getting along with Finney-Smith, nor has he been getting along with Shake Milton, who used to play for the Sixers, because he's all into this analytical bullshit. And the reason, my point is that that's what Daryl Morrey, he's in the analytics and shit like that. Man, that number shit ain't working. All that analytics and metrics and all that other bullshit, no, motherfucker. The only number that matters is the score at the end of the game. That's what matters. All this shit that you're trying to do to stay trendy and all this other stuff, hell, y'all can't even get y'all marketing right. 1 minute y'all wanna move and y'all wanna get into a new stadium, then y'all wanna just go ahead and y'all wanna stay in South Philly and keep the arena in South Philly. I would have thought y'all would have been motivated in the NFC Championship. I thought that was some motivation. You see it motivated Detroit, even though the Lions, they fell short. Detroit done been motivated by that shit. You said AD told JJ he was a scrub to his face. Yeah. What's up, Daryl? I mean, look, Paul George, man, listen. I'm not gonna. In some ways, and look, I get it about Paul George, man. You know what I'm saying? I know that, him saying I don't want to play, center and all that other stuff, small ball center. But in a way, man, how can you blame him for feeling the way that he's feeling? He didn't come over here to be honest with you, he didn't come over here for this bullshit. And that's why I said it wasn't a good idea. Man, you're not getting any better. You're not going into a better situation. You coming from the Clippers. At least with the Clippers, man, right now, they got structure. They got organization. The Clippers are actually winning. The Clippers are actually in position to make the playoffs. We're nowhere near in no position to make no playoffs. Man, JJ Redick don't know. You're sitting up in here. They beat Washington. Everybody beats Washington. Steven. I mean, he up in there. Austin Reed throwing an alley-oop to LeBron and all that other stuff. Nah, I want you to do that against OKC. Do that against H-Town on Derrick Brooks. Do that against Boston. Do that against New York. And Cat has been balling. I'm gonna make another video about Cat. I gotta give Cat his salute, but he gotta continue what he doing in the regular what he doing in the regular season in the playoff. No, we can't, Steven. No, we can't. No, we can't. Not the way that we're playing. We ain't in no play-in, play-off. no play out. We ain't in no play west, no play east, no play north, south, west. We ain't playing shit. Only thing they gonna send them guys home is to play with their girl pussy. That's it. That's about it. Or they probably gonna play with themselves. Shit, that's it. Well, that's the only thing that we gonna play with. Man, we're not going nowhere, Steven. Did you see the score last night? What did he say? What did Moneybag Yo say? Don't play with me play with your pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, that's the only thing you gonna play with. You ain't playing in no goddamn play-in, man. I apologize, man, for some of y'all that's, got virgin ears and shit like that, man, but I'm heated right now. Daryl Morrey got to go. Okay, so what, do we look like a goddamn playing team, man? No, we don't. I bet you don't even know how many points Paul George had. I know how much he had. I'm not no highlight motherfucker, man. I'm gonna dig into the game. I don't talk about analytics and metrics and all that other bullshit and numbers. I had a motherfucker coming up in my comment section talking about, oh yeah, you bringing up stats and shit like that. I had to let him know it wasn't stats. I was bringing up awards, but I said that Dennis Rodman was a 7-time rebound champ. He was 7-time All-NBA defense, and he was a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year award. Scottie Pippen never won a Defensive Player of the Year award. He said that he was a Defensive Player of the Year award on Patrick Bet Davis' show. He lied. Only thing that Scottie Pippen was 8-time NBA All-Defensive. I give him that. But he never won no Defensive Player of the Year award. Dennis Rodman won it twice. That's why I have him on the edge as far as defense is concerned. Don't nobody want his ass in there? 6. Man, yeah, we play like a JV team. Man, hell, the real, Steven, Ted, everybody up in here. Man, they play like the freshman team. They play like the freshman B team. You know, I don't know at y'all school or y'all high school, we had a freshman A team and a freshman B team, right? The B team is pretty much, you know what I'm saying? They just put your ass on there just so that your parents could, they didn't want your parents to feel sorry for you, no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So they put your ass on there, man, because so that you could get a little exercise. They know that your ass ain't gonna be on the squad next year and shit. So they put your ass on the freshman B team. That's what we played like last night. We're done, man. I don't know what, like, Steven, man. You just the other day, man, your ass was in the video, and don't get mad, don't pout, and don't do no Jimmy Butler shit running up out of here. I know how you do. Be up in here running like goddamn, what's the name? And Friday going to go cry in the car and shit. Man, my grandmama gave me that chain after I say this shit. Motherfucker, your ass was sitting up there asking me what can we do with the Sixers and shit. Red, that was his name, Red. You want some of this too, old man? No. Boy, get your ass up in this car. But you were just saying what could we do to make the Sixers better and shit. Now you up here talking about we can make the play-in and all this other bullshit. What was that coach, the NFL coach? He said playoffs. Well, shit, we need to play in. Shit, we ain't playing nothing, man. Don't have no hard feelings when I say it, man. Some of y'all get so sensitive on here, man. But it's the truth, man. Daryl Morrey don't know what he's doing, and he's a president. He's the president, by the way. He's the president, by the way. The real. Okay, we we gotta put some context to that. We're so used to having Joel that we need another guy out there that's an offensive threat. Andre Drummond, as good as a rebounder as he is, we got to have a front court presence offensively, man. Like Jaren Jackson Jr. right now, who Shanae brought up a good point, man. I shout out to Shanae with a fine dark chocolate ass, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, Shanae said that Jaren Jackson Jr. has a case for All NBA. He does. Jaren Jackson Jr. has a case for All NBA because he's getting it done on the offensive end as well as the defensive end. We need a presence like that in the front court. You see how Evan Mobley play. You see how Jared Allen play. You see how they got two front court presence. Presence type of guys. They got that front court presence, offense and defense. If Mobley is off, guess what? Jared Allen gonna come through it. Jared Allen having a little shaky on offense, guess what? You got Evan Mobley there still. If they both playing like trash on offense, the one thing that they can't do is rebound and block shots. That's what we need. That's what Joel Embiid. That's what his job is there too, to score. Like everybody try to compare this motherfucker to Hakeem Olajuwon. Don't disrespect the GOAT center. I mean, my GOAT center. Hakeem Olajuwon was a presence on both ends. I mean, it's a transition right now. We're in this position because of Joel Embiid. I don't knock the rookies for what. Like I said, I don't blame none of our young guys on there. You know what I'm saying? Like like McCain, Gershon. He's not a rookie or whatever, but he got a second chance at the league. And that's another thing, man. Listen. I would go after. You know who I would go after, Stephen? This is who I want to go after. I want to go after Najee Reed. I think Najee Reed would benefit us a lot. We get a Najee Reed over there, man. A guy, man. I would start Najee Reed too. I wouldn't just bring him off of the bench. You said, yeah, man. Daryl Morrey, man. I don't wash my hands with this dude, man. This dude don't know what he doing, man. Ever since he came over here, man, he made all these empty promises, bro. We were supposed to at least be in a position that we were like when how he did when he was in Houston. At least Houston was actually getting deep in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they didn't make it to the finals or nothing, but they were actually pretty competitive. Even though that they had a one man wrecking crew in James Harden, Houston actually was still quite competitive, man. Every season they were at least in the hunt to try to at least get to the finals or deep in the playoffs or a Western Conference finals. Since Daryl Morey has came here, man, we've been straight trash, man. And we're on the verge of not making the playoffs. We got a first round exit last season. And the season before that, second round. It's just been second round, second round, second round. Second round, first round, play in. And Steve Kerr up in here talking about, oh, you guys are the only one that's talking about it when it comes to Jason Tatum. Man, Steve Kerr, you full of shit, man. And you overrated as a coach. Yeah, you won 4 championships and all that other stuff, man, but everybody knows that Mark Jackson laid that foundation. Mark Jackson would have never did no shit like that to Jason Tatum. You embarrassed Jason Tatum, man, and now you're paying for it. I'm glad he came out there, man, and punish you. I hope he never talks to Steve Kerr again, man. Steve Kerr is an asshole, man, and you benefited off of Jordan, man. No wonder that motherfucker punched you in practice. You an overrated coach, man. You ain't no man. You ain't like you benefited off of Steph, Clay, and Draymond. Yes, I said it. Draymond too. You benefited off of Looney. You benefited off of Sean Livingston. You benefited off of all them motherfuckers. Yeah, you got the flow offense and shit. I know that shit. But let's not act like you were the creator of all this shit. No. Shit, I'm glad he didn't shake his fucking hand. I wouldn't have shook his hand either. I ain't never really liked Steve Kerr. That's why like everybody see, I went to bat for Draymond because Steve Kerr Steve Kerr is not as liked as y'all think, man. You know, Steve Kerr is a difficult guy to get along. He's not a player's coach like people think he is, man. You know what I'm saying? He really didn't even want to give Andrew Wiggins. He was really bitching and crying about that shit that happened with Andrew Wiggins. You know, whether it was the drama with his girl, then he want to try to uh, do this old crocodile sympathetic shit when Andrew Wiggins lost his dad and shit. Motherfucker, you didn't give a fuck about nobody but your goddamn self, man. You know, and no disrespect to Derek White. I like Derek White. I like Derek White, and you know I like Jalen. Come on, man. Not Jalen Brown. Sorry about that. Drew Holiday. Um, I like both of those guys, and we all know Jalen Brown should have been on there. I hope he never shakes his hand again. See, y'all get on Jason Tatum a lot, man. I followed Jason Tatum, man, ever since Duke, man. Jason Tatum is a winner. Jason Tatum, I don't, he's got some bad habits that he's slowly starting to get, better at. You seeing the evolution of his game and stuff. That's why he is in MVP talks and stuff. And he was last season too. But Jason Tatum, man, is a fierce competitor. Could he be better in the clutch and everything like that? Yeah, of course. Come through like it'd be like big moments where he's had some success, and then there's been some moments when he hasn't had no success. But for the most part, man, I'll take Jason Tatum. Listen, last year it was Jason Tatum's playmaking. It was Jason Tatum's playmaking, and it was Drew Holiday's lockdown defense that really won that series, man. With the combination of Derek White and Al Horford. Not to take anything away from Jalen Brown, because Jalen Brown he had a great series too, offensively. but you needed Jason Tatum. You needed his playmaking. You needed his rebounding that nobody talked about, and you needed his defense too, which nobody else was talking about. He was getting a couple of blocks each game and stuff. And on top of that, in the plus minuses, he was always in the plus. Jaylen Brown was sometimes in the negative, and he rarely was getting any turnovers. As a matter of fact, Jaylen Brown was getting more turnovers than Jason Tatum. But the only thing that they try to shit on Jason Tatum was about, oh man, he can't shoot and he wasn't doing this, he wasn't doing that. Go look at the '96 finals with MJ. He shot poorly, man. Go look at Kobe in '09, I think it was. Shot poorly, man. But he made up for it. They made up for it doing other things. I don't blame him at all. I hate how people are trying to. So, man, Brandon Jennings, man, he out the league, man. And I like Brandon Jennings, but you out the league, man. Talking about, man, listen, bro. You didn't, first off, man, Brandon Jennings, you didn't fulfill what you were supposed to do. You was the best player in California coming out. They thought your ass was the next best thing since Baron Davis coming out of Compton. And trust me, I know, because I know people that know. We know Brandon Jennings' baby mama, man. And then I know Brandon Jennings, one of Brandon Jennings' best friends, man. This dude was this. Nobody had an impact on Compton like that since Baron Davis. Brandon Jennings was that dude, man. You was supposed to be the next AI, man. That's who they was comparing you to. Don't get it twisted. I used to love some Brandon Jennings, but you didn't fulfill what you needed to fulfill, man. And part of it was because of your attitude and your habits and shit. And then also it was kind of similar to OJ Mayo. I used to like OJ Mayo too. But it seemed like once you sat up there and you was talking shit about Jordan and he had to light your ass up, it took a lot of shit out of you. Yeah, out of there by 29. I mean, he did play in the league. I give him that. He played overseas too. But you didn't fulfill. So, like, don't talk shit about somebody else. Now, I ain't gonna call nobody trash and no shit like that. Jason Tatum ain't soft, man. This dude done fucked up his ankle, man, and still kept playing, man. I've seen it. Jason Tatum ain't soft, man, and he's able to get down there and bang with the big boys too. You know what I'm saying? Like he's still able to rebound. You know, it's a lot of things that you gotta appreciate about Jason Tatum. But yeah, man, Steve Kerr, man, he fucked up for what he did, man. No, he ain't. He a champion though. If he's soft, then what's he called? Your boy Karl Anthony Towns. he cottonelle soft. He cottonelle tissue. Cause last time I checked, he won a ring last season. Talking about he's soft. Do your favorite player? Do he got a ring? He got a gold medal and he got a ring. Joel Embiid don't got no ring, but he got a gold medal that he benefited off of the backs of Steph Curry and all those other players that was on there. We know he ain't soft. Now Karl Anthony Towns is starting to just now that grit. He's playing with that hunger that he did in Kentucky. See, y'all, some of y'all niggas, y'all just started watching some of these dudes. Y'all didn't even watch these guys in high school, AAU, and none of these. Man, hold on. There, y'all. Yeah. I mean, his bag is deep. He, you focus on you keep talking about a bag, man. You keep always talking about a bag, bro. Like, are you obsessed with just like numbers and scoring and stuff like that? Cause like a bag is not gonna make you successful. There's plenty of players they got, they got bags and all this other stuff, but it don't mean nothing if you're not getting no rings, man. Like he had a great game last night against Brooklyn. But Brooklyn Brooklyn is ass, man. Yeah, well, that's like you, Sterling, man. You like to shit on niggas, man. When they down, man. That's just a negative way. You only come in here, man. But listen, like I told you, I didn't cook Joel Embiid, believe it or not. And I didn't place the blame on him, believe it or not. You know who I placed the blame on? Daryl Morey. Daryl Morey. Daryl Morey, sir. Nah, the president, Daryl Morey. I mean, the general manager, yes, he deserved the blame too. But Daryl Morey was supposed to come in here, Sterling, and he was supposed to um make things happen, and he didn't do that. He didn't do that. He didn't do that, man. Now that you're in here, I'm gonna talk about football for just a little bit, man. Let me ask y'all a question, and we're gonna cook on this in I would say in another hour or two or whatever, because I'm gonna come back with another live. I want this to sit in, man. Now, last night I posed the question, who was the MVP, right? And I'm talking football now because I did say that I was gonna do NFL talk. So now that Sterling's in here, while I got him in here, I want to ask y'all right now, um, who y'all MVP is, and I did in the community. I put, of course, Josh Allen, Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, and Lamar Jackson. I put them guys up there. But I read a comment, and I was thinking this in my mind. Somebody said that you could actually take out Derrick Henry and replace him with Jaden Daniels. Do you think that Jaden Daniels is an MVP candidate? And I just want to know because Jaden Daniels is on the verge. Listen, Sterling, you know how y'all doubted me over there at Scrub's channel. Y'all doubted me. Y'all y'all never took the Washington Commanders seriously. Nobody gave a fuck about Jaden Daniels. Okay? I continuously told y'all that Lamar Jackson, I know it wasn't Lamar Jackson all his fault, but he he kind of messed up in the first half under the pressure and all this other stuff. But we know Mark Andrews should have caught that ball. But nevertheless, he ain't in there. But Jaden Daniels is on the verge. I got the Washington Commanders going to the Super Bowl. Now listen to me, and I want you to hear me good. Think about it. They haven't been to the conference championship since 1991, much less a Super Bowl. If he fucks around and wins not only the conference or whatever, and then he fucks around and win the Super Bowl, you know what I'm saying? Dog, just the fact that this motherfucker made it to the conference finals as a rookie, conference championship, as a rookie, and everything is looking good for Washington. Like, let's be honest, Philly defense, they good, but you got Jalen Hurts, who, no pun intended, he is hurt. He's not the quarterback that Jaden Daniels is. The whole offense that y'all shout out to Mac Dizzle, man. But they whole offense, it relies on Saquon. If you take Saquon off that team, that 200 yards, them 2 touchdowns, they not making it to the NFC Championship. So I want that to marinate for a little bit. I'm getting ready to go ahead and roll out though. Make sure y'all like the video, share it, subscribe, hit them notifications too. Straight to the point, sports and entertainment. Shouts out to the whole entire Line Den basketball boxing community. To the men, I'm gone.